Here's a ZOP Power review right here from RC Guy Garage. So I'm just going to show you right here. So this is the reason why 100%, probably shouldn't even be holding this pack in my hand. So this is that ZOP Power that we just ran. And look at that thing. That thing had zero puff. This one has no puff. It does have a little bit of warmth, but look at that one. That one is literally just ready to, I want to say that thing is like ready to explode. So, yeah, so I guess we almost had maybe a fire situation. So that ZOP Power battery, and I got to tell you, man, I was totally right about these batteries. These are those ZOP Powers. They're all right. I mean, look at that thing. That thing is ready to pop. So we actually just ran our Kaiju. We ran it on 2 3S packs. We ran it on a single HRB 3S pack. Then we ran it on 2 2S packs, giving us 4S total. And then we ran it on 6S ZOP Power packs, which... So here's number 1 ZOP Power pack. Nice and flat, the way it's supposed to be. There's a ZOP number 2 Power pack right here. Nice and hot. What a piece of garbage. I'm telling you right now, man. That's where you got to watch out. There's that ZOP balloon battery that we got right there. What do I have to say about those ZOP Power batteries? I'm going to give that a thumbs down. So if you want to risk destroying your new vehicles, don't waste your time with ZOP Power because they're pieces of crap. There you go right there. Here's the proof. Piece of crap. I'll probably just end up chopping that wire off and using it for something else. That battery's just junk. Look at that thing. I would never put that into another vehicle. That thing was actually just in my brand new Kaiju. What am I, out of my mind? So now we're going to take these HRB batteries. HRBs, I've had actually really good luck with them, along with Ovonic batteries. Ovonic batteries have been pretty good too, but these things are like directly from China. Don't buy them. Well, I mean, you can buy them. Buy them if you want to have a fire, you know. They're probably good for fire starting. Yeah, so you can see this is actually an older pack that I had written my typical void on. I couldn't really decipher what the date was, other than I think it says 5/19. But this was a relatively new pack that basically failed, I guess you want to say, my tests. And then obviously if you saw the videos, you saw that this battery right here, which I wrote on it, you know, I try to kind of like, I guess, keep a record on each battery of, you know, what has happened. Like, you know, when I get a new battery like this, I'll write the date on it. Granted, I did kind of tape it up, but it's usually both sides. But for some reason, I didn't write it on both sides for this battery. But this obviously is a much older battery. This is an older battery than all of these ZOP Powers. This isn't all the ZOP Powers that I have. But what I do is I write, obviously, you know, potentially what happened to it and then the date. And that's if I'm planning on keeping the battery. And I am going to keep the battery. And I figured what I'll do right now is I've got my cell meter that I just do general battery health checks with. Just a lot easier than, you know, plugging in your charger and doing whatever. You just grab this thing. And what's nice about this one is it's actually backlit. So when you plug it in, it's actually backlit on the LED display, and it's very clear. And it's like, I wish, like, why didn't these guys, like, figure that out and do something better than the crappy display that's on this, where you literally have to only see it when you look at it like that? It's absolutely ridiculous. So that meter right there kind of pisses me off. But we're going to do a couple of cell checks. So we'll check a couple of batteries. You can see I've got, you know, a bunch of batteries in here. I've got my HRB USA Graphene. I've got Ovonic. I've got my HRB. We're not going to check those because if I show you what those look like, you're going to be like, dude, why are you leaving your batteries fully charged? Just, it is what it is. I'll probably drain them like maybe tomorrow or something. I don't know. But we'll check these batteries right here just to give you kind of, I guess, like an idea. And then we're going to take that battery right there that I wrote void on. We're going to put it on my HTRC T240 Duo charger, and then we'll set it up and we'll put it through the process. But I'll show you basically why I myself do not trust the ZOP Power batteries, and it just goes along with that thing, and they are a cheap battery, and that's point blank why I bought it, because I like to test things out myself. Doesn't matter what anybody else says. Sometimes you just kind of like have that in your mind that you just want to do it yourself. You want to find out for yourself. So I bought a bunch of ZOP Power batteries, and probably about, I don't know, I think originally I said it's a 50-50 shot, and it's literally how I feel about those batteries, because when you get like a cell meter and you can more detailed check it, and especially like what I was saying with this charger right here, it gives you more detailed information. And also the way I charge all my batteries, I charge all my batteries at 10 amps. The great thing about that charger is that what it does is it senses, at least this is what I feel it does. It senses what the battery wants, and it actually accommodates for each cell. So that's what I see in my mind, or that's what I see in my head. That's how I visually have seen it work. So yeah, I have a couple of those chargers, and if the price goes down again, maybe I'll contact that company again and see if I can get another discount. But I did end up sharing a discount to I think it was from my Amazon or whatever it was at the time. But I contacted the company, and I was able to get a discount and shared it. But it was only a one-day discount. So anyway, so let's get to checking these cells just so you can see the condition of them. And then obviously, we'll put it on the charger and we'll see what happens. That's why my charging bucket is inside right now. And there's nothing above it that's going to burn. I mean, everything's all good to go. And I'm not thinking that's going to burn anyway. Otherwise, I'd charge it outside. I'd charge it like in my grill right there. I'd charge it on the glass table, whatever. So let's just get to checking these cells and show you what they look like. All right, so we'll start off with, this is a 2S pack, 6,000 milliamps. We'll start off with this one right here. See what we got. So this one right here, you can see we are at a total voltage of basically 7.5, but 7.49. And then to check each individual cell, you can see we're at 3.6, which is fine. 3.8, and that's typical that I find with these batteries is that I know that people are like, oh well, it's an uncharged or it's a discharged unbalance, and you're kind of right, but as we go through these batteries, you'll see what I'm talking about. So this is also a good one. So right now the charge is at 11.45. So cell 1 is 3.8, 3.8, 3.8, and then so you know that this pack is absolutely perfect. Now this pack right here, from memory, I believe this is the pack from my memory that has kind of always given me a hard time. And how do I know that? Well, it's just the one that always showed like an imbalance, no matter what I seem to do with it. So this is the one that puffed. And granted, now it's no longer puffed, but we're at almost 11 volts, so 10.96, 97, somewhere around there. So cell 1, 3.8, that's good. Now watch this. The middle one is the one that is always the problem. 3.3. 3.8. So this battery is like pretty much where it should be. It's just no longer puffed. So, I don't know. Should I trust it again? I don't know. This battery is the same thing. One of the cells was near death upon arrival. So, I actually had to do after contacting Banggood, right? It was just a nightmare of just back and forth and people not being able to understand each other because obviously, I guess the English is translated and it's not always translated right, but to get down to it, they had records of the fact that I just bought the batteries and they were telling me that they needed the order number, which I had already given them actually right in the email when I contacted them. Gave them the order number, gave them the dates, gave them everything. Everything. Tracking number, whatever I thought they may have needed, right? So, anyways, so I just kind of gave up, and I think that's kind of the point, is they kind of like give you that, oh, me no understand English, and then...
excuse me, can I speak English?
You just like, yeah, whatever. Because the battery was like only $20. So, you know, it's that thing, you get what you pay for, right? So we'll see what the charge is on this thing right here. We'll see individual cell. So this is my voided pack. So this one in white right here, we're at, yeah, you probably shouldn't be seeing that. This pack has actually been sitting fully charged for, I don't know, a couple weeks. So we're at 8.23, cell 1 is 4.123, cell 2 is 4.1, and that's absolutely perfect for, you know, what that pack needs to be. Even though this pack right here was NiCad charged, because that one cell was so below on voltage, like near death, that I had to bring it back to life, and so far it's kind of been fine, and this pack has kind of been through the ringer, which is why I never really had, I guess, that issue with the ZOP Power batteries. I just knew in my mind not to trust them, and then even when you saw, I don't know if you saw that video that I did on the Kaiju, where the battery puffed, but in the very beginning of the video, I even said, I've got like 3 offerings of batteries. We had 3 batteries that were HRBs, so one was a 3S, and then 2 at 2S. The 2 batteries that were at 2S, those were brand new packs. That was their first time out, which all I did was a speed run, so technically those batteries are still fully charged, almost. And then the ZOP Power batteries, when I got to those, my attitude was like, they're all right. These are those ZOP Powers. They're all right. Because that's how I feel. And that's my opinion of ZOP Power batteries, is that the ZOP Power batteries have given me such a hard time as far as trying to balance charge them, that I like this one. I knew it. So now I don't even know where it cut out, but it cut out. So I don't even know where I was, but I think what we were doing is we were showing different cell numbers. I think I don't even know if it got to this right here, but this pack actually is one of my real older packs. Not as my oldest pack, but it's an older, abused pack. So this one right here is coming in at 12.52. Cell 1, 4.17, 4.16, and then 4.18 for cell 3. Now, these packs right here get abused by that thing right there, which that thing is known to be a battery destroyer. It just absolutely loves to eat batteries. And these packs right here, I put these packs through it. I have done these packs actually through it. And then, obviously, I've run the Ovonics. Now, let's get to the Ovonic. Show you what the Ovonic is coming in at. So, the Ovonic is actually coming in at 10.68. Cell 1, 3.56. 3.55. And then 3.56. So, you want to talk about a battery that has been very good as far as balance charging and balance discharging. This is obviously the one. These actually do great. These, I just have never trusted them. But now what we're going to do is I'm actually going to put it on my charger. Going to put this battery right here that puffed. I'm going to set it up, stick it in my bucket. And then, yeah, we'll just see what it does, if it does. Bye. Love you too. So the way I do it is I always plug in the balance port first. So plug that in, and then make sure you pick your appropriate connector. We'll connect that in. And then I'm going to stick it actually inside my little bucket here. Now, I'll show you on the charger how this thing works, if I can. Glare is terrible. So, this is the HTRC T240 Duo. So obviously we're going on number 1, going to LiPo. Now you can see how I do it. Everything charge current is 10 amps. And that's, you know, obviously auto recognizes that it's a 3S pack. And then we're just going to go ahead and hit start. Now, what it does is it kind of like senses, I think, what the battery is going to take. So it's actually going to go through and probably actually get up to 10 amps, but it basically, in my mind, senses what the battery wants. Now we'll hit the cell. Now look at that middle, look at the middle one. Now that's the one that I swear to God, that's the one that has always given me an issue. And that was at 4.16, which is nuts. The reason why that I say that that's probably the cell that puffed was because, well, hey, look at that. Now see, now check that out. So now actually it re-registered all the way down to 3.7. And the other ones are 3.82 even. So, yeah, 42 versus 14%. So we're just going to leave this thing charging inside of this little bucket right here. And then we'll just, I don't know, we'll see what happens. I forgot that the thing goes through and like does like a check on all the cells. And I know I showed you that middle one was like pegged out, but it really wasn't. It was just learning it. I guess what it does is this charger, at least it's the way I feel it works. I feel it learns or pays attention or listens to the battery pack. So, through that little communication wire that it's got. So, but there we go. We're just going to leave it be, and we'll see what happens. It's that middle one that always gave me the problem. And look at that. Right now, it's charging almost even across the board. So, it's like, man, ZOP Power, what the heck are you doing to me, man? I don't know. Do I trust ZOP Power? No, I don't. I don't trust those packs. And it's only because of learned experience. Will I ever buy another ZOP Power battery? No. There's way too many other offerings out there that warrant not buying something from China that if you have an issue, you're not going to be able to send it back. Plus, besides the fact, they're going to give you COVID-19 anyway, so.
Stay tuned for this episode from RC Guy Garage.
So is literally this thing going to make a liar out of me or something? Check this out. What the hell? 4.2, 100% across the board. And the charger, obviously, it stops. So it gets to a point where it literally actually stops. You can see it's got like an end of charge. It only took 29 minutes and 30, what does it say? 29 minutes and 23 seconds to fully charge that battery right there that I wrote void on. Right now you can hear the fan kicking in because what it does, it kind of does like a little touch. So it kind of like just gives the battery like a little touch. Now here's the funny thing, right? So you can see right there the capacity is only being listed at 2149 milliamps, which that's supposed to be a 5,000 milliamp pack. So, not really sure what the deal with that is, but let's just stop this for now. I'll disconnect the power. Then I disconnect the balance plug. Shut that off. We'll get our cell meter. Not that I don't trust. And this thing is, man, I don't know. What the heck? Alright. I'm just going to get the cell meter and going to plug it in and see what this thing is showing now. ZOP Power is trying to redeem itself. So you can see there's our battery at 12.56 volts as an overall total charge. And it says it's at 99%. So cell 1, 4.213, 4.135 or 4, and 4.22, So here's the nutty part, man. I don't know what to do. So that battery right there has been the one that's always been the issue. I've actually never, since day one, been able to get that middle cell to balance, meaning every single time I charged it, didn't matter what charger, because I had other chargers before these chargers, but it doesn't matter what charger that I used, that middle cell just would never reach full peak. Even checking on the cell meter. So it's kind of like one of those things where, you know, you don't know whether if you can believe the actual charger itself. Sometimes, you know, it's like one of those things where you just don't know. But so that's why I got that cell meter, and I actually trust that cell meter, and I also trust those chargers anyway. So yeah, I got a cough drop in my mouth, so just you got to deal with it. So it's either going to be the cough drop in my mouth, or it's going to be coughing my head off. So, but oh, you can see that pack actually is now fully charged. So it's like one of those things where, what do I do now? 100%. Probably shouldn't even be holding this pack in my hand. Do I run it? But look at that one. That one is literally just ready to, I want to say that thing is like ready to explode. So, and if I run it, what am I going to run it in? Because what can I like trust it in? Yeah, so I guess we almost had maybe a fire situation. So that ZOP Power battery, and I gotta tell you, man, you know what I should do is I should put it in like a aluminum foil and then just like run it in the Traxxas Max or something in my wife's truck. I was totally right about these batteries. I mean, look at that thing. That thing is ready to pop. Anyways, I don't know. This is just an ending blip from RC Guy Garage on those damn ZOP Power batteries, man. Do I trust it? There's a ZOP number 2 power pack right here. Nice and hot. What a piece of garbage. Telling you right now, man. That's where you gotta watch out. There's that ZOP balloon battery that we got right there. Man, no, I don't. But I tell you right now, that battery right there is trying to redeem itself. So, I don't know. Man, am I going to have to actually scratch off the void? I don't know. Hey, Vector, what do you think? What do I have to say about those ZOP Power batteries? I'm going to give that a thumbs down. Yeah, you don't know either? Yeah, I think that's the consensus. I don't know.
Warrior.